a.m. on a Saturday was horrible for him. He could never be on live. Now Sundays at 3 will work for him.
I know Mike. I know the drummer, Mike. Do you know him at all?
Is that Mike Sorrentino? Is that the drummer?
Yeah. You know Mike?
Yeah.
I know him too. He's a good guy, man.
Yep.
Yeah, he plays in Decadia.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's funny.
And he told me one time he played for, I said, you ever played Billy Joel? He said, yeah, I played, he played 2 songs with him at the Garden.
Yeah, the bassist in Big Shot, Ken Sino, he was a member of Three Doors Down. Remember, this is the story of the girl. That's the bassist, and then the guitarist is Tommy Burns, who's Billy's guitarist. So, yeah.
So when I see him, when I mention his name to him, I see him at the park.
Yeah, definitely.
I say, Chris, what's up?
But if they're playing, that's funny, because if they're playing, I have half my softball team is going Saturday night to Mulcahy's to see Big Shot, and it's funny because we got this game 8:30 in the morning on Sunday morning. So I don't know how we're going to do, but I'm thinking about if Decadia is playing John J. Burns the night before a game, we'll go there too.
3 Doors Down?
I don't know.
9 stories.
I have to give you the date.
Oh, Story of the Girl?
This is the story of a girl.
That's 3 Doors Down, I think.
No. That's not. That's 9 stories, I think.
It's 9 stories?
Look it in there.
Well, let's have to look this up. Story of a Girl,
I saw them. They played.
He's now he is now the guy who wrote that song is the leader of that band. He is now all music, right? Yeah, he's a school teacher. He's a music teacher, a public school teacher here in Long Island.
No, he's been.
It's called Absolutely.
Did you ever hear Decadia play, Chris?
It's 9 days. 9 days right there.
9 days.
It's 9 days.
It's not 3 doors. So 9 days. So who's the band from? There's also a band from Rockville Center that has a number in their name.
Oh,
that was a big had a 90s hit as well.
Yes,
and they had a number in their name.
And they won Warped Tour, and they
was that 3 Doors Down?
No, it wasn't 3 Doors Down. It was somebody out there is screaming at us right now, telling us what it is. I can't think of it right now, but I will tell you.
So what did 3 Doors Down do?
Hang on, no, 3 Doors Down did do we have anything?
I'm looking.
Listen to us. We're pathetic right now.
That's. I'm not good on 90s bands.
Music? I'm
not good on 90s, unless they're on like the number 3. I'm in all music. Yeah. I'm not good on 90s bands. That's my. All of them had the same name.
Yeah.
Well, 3 Doors Down. Kryptonite. Kryptonite was 3 Doors Down.
Oh yeah, 3 Doors. Yeah.
And who's right? His name is like it's like a Jewish Irish name. He's got like a Jewish first name and an Irish last name. It's like Josh Fitzgerald or something.
Come on, we need more than that. Somebody help us.
Oh, jeez, I don't even.
No, I can't think of his name.
There.
We'll have to find it. Look for, or just do Google. No, just Google Rockville Center 90s band.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the kind of stuff that now we're going to go down this rabbit hole now, Richie.
Yeah.
Because there were all these 90s like Twisted Sister. I was just reading on Newsday.com.
Twisted Sister.
Yeah. I was just reading on 90s.com on Newsday.com. They had things about Adventureland you didn't know.
They played on Warped Tour.
And you know, what's the name of that place out in Twisted Sister used to play with the Shark? What was the name of that place?
3. How about 3 something?
How about the Taking Back Sunday? Taking Back Sunday.
There's a day in it.
Who's the day? Yeah. Who's the leader of that band? Taking Back Sunday.
Why do we think it had a name?
I don't know, because every Taking Back Sunday. Okay, there it is. Who's the leader of the band? He's got a
official website. No, we need the Wikipedia, not the official website.
Who's the guy?
Adam Lazaro.
It's Jewish and Italian. That's what it was. I knew it was like a 2 names. It was Adam Lazaro. That's who it was. All right. Perfect.
There we go.
Speaking of Twisted Sister, did you ever see them play at Hammerhead?
I didn't see them play at Hammerheads, but they were, there was. I was reading. It was Newsday.com, and it was like 20 facts you don't know about Adventureland, and one of them is the fact that in the late '70s, so this is before Twisted Sister had a big album. It said that big hits with "I Want to Rock" and stuff. They played to 10,000 people at Adventureland, and the police had to close Route 110. In 1979.
Really?
Yeah.
What? Wow.
That's right. Yeah. We would remember that. I was 9.
We were actually too young.
Exactly. So it's funny that they were that big here, but they weren't nationally. Now they're, legendary and the like.
Hey, Chris, if you go to Mulcahy's, Do you have to stand, or is there a place for you to sit down?
Well, it's a bar. Have you ever been to Mulcahy's?
No,
never
been there.
It's a bar, so there's plenty of places to sit. Usually, it's the ladies who sit, but there's plenty of places to sit because it's also a restaurant, so to say. But up by the stage, it's standing room only. But I used to go to Mulcahy's back in the day. In fact, my wife loved going to it. We'd go on Sundays to watch the football. Back when there was no satellite packages and Dish Network and whatever, we would watch the Sunday football games, and they would have all the TV, and there would always be a guy with that particular out-of-town shirt, jersey, so a Lions fan, a Bengals fan, Dolphins fan, and they'd be under that TV watching that particular game. The Paramount in Huntington, they have that standing room only. There's like maybe 30 seats, like concert seats, but beyond that, it's standing room only, and there's no like set number, so they'll just let people keep on going. As long as they're buying tickets, they're coming on in.
Where do you park over? There's nowhere to park,
you know that hill that goes up, that crazy hill? Yeah, that crazy hill, and it's like town of Huntington parking too. So, but after a certain time, it's fine. But there's no parking there.
Oh boy! Now you said that you're gonna have Nick is gonna come on later on talking about gambling.
Yeah, we're gonna text Nick when we talk gambling about. And I said, "You want to bet?" But
are you gonna talk about football betting, or are you talking about all kind of betting?
All kind of betting, to see what he thinks of it. It's kind of funny because I always laugh when these younger guys have come on the air the last 2 years. When we do our football picks, we do it. They do it strictly, team versus team. So like Dolphins over the Bears. They don't do the point spread. Whereas when Andrew DeMarco was here, or Steve, or Rob, we always did point spread because that's the reason they have a point spread, to make the game more interesting. So it'll be interesting now to see if now on NFL Today or whatever the NFL Today had Jimmy the Greek on for all those years. Yeah. But and Pete Axtell was on Shaman Agrad. Pete Axtell was on NBC for a while. But now they do strictly who's going to win the game.
You could bet all these crazy things. You could bet like a 3-team teaser. And then reverse score. You just play on your team to win, all that stuff too,
And that's the crazy thing. That's the crazy thing about the different things you get, the teasers and stuff, because there are things. Look, they're saying there's all kinds of things in place that to make sure that the games aren't fixed by the athletes. Athletes make so much money, blah 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 blah. Yeah. However, it's like I remember, and you'll never ever hear me quote from William F. Buckley, but I will right here. When William F. Buckley and his brother, who was also famous, actually was a senator from New York for a time, appointed. Whenever there was a plane crash, their father would get very upset because he knew his sons were traveling a lot via planes. Yeah. And William F. Buckley said to his father, I won't do the imitation, but he said, if a plane crash ever stops being front page news, that's the time to be worried. Because as long as it's such an aberration, as long as it's such a dramatic occurrence, something that's so out of the ordinary, an exceptional event, and it's front page news, that means that it's not the norm. Once it becomes normalized, that it's not even mentioned, like dog bites man, that's when you have to worry. So that's the same thing with gambling. Yeah, it is going to be when legalized sports gambling is okayed at the very beginning, and they'll be watching out for, that's why now when it's been illegal, you have things like Boston College that stands out, you had the Tim Donaghy, the ref that stood out, all that stuff stood out because it was an aberration. But now that it'll be legalized, are we, sure they'll catch the things at the beginning, but then it's going to change, because if it's merely a matter of shaving points, not losing, but shaving points, you can do it. You can miss so many shots. You can hold the ball longer. You can, and I'm just using basketball as an example, but just because that's a higher point totaling thing, so you're going to have more points. But
you people in New York, you're going to take a 2.5-hour ride to the Monmouth Park, and you're going to come back.
They're not going to do Monmouth. They'll have it over here at Jake's 58. Well, because the pension bomb is so huge in New York State, through all the municipal unions, and we're going to have that we have to make money somehow. We can't sell extra widgets. This is not a private business. So they're going to have to raise taxes or to get money elsewhere, like the lottery was for education, supposedly.
You know what? Now it's about that. All this money goes into the lotto. How come we never see no statements where this money goes?
That's right. Now it's going to be legalized pot and legalized sports gambling. Stuff that we have to hold our nose now and let happen. So it's it's because they need to make money to pay. They got to pay pensions, teachers, cops, firemen, you name it, construction workers, bridge worker, whatever it is, whatever the authority is.
You heard Major League Baseball wants a percentage of the betting. You know what they told them? How much does Nevada pay? They don't pay nothing.
Right. Why would you pay a vig gambling term to Major League Baseball? It's like you are merely you're gaining, and I'm in the exchange business, so I know the stuff, stock exchanges and stuff. Yeah, you're providing the marketplace, you're providing the trading mechanism, you're providing the routing engine and the order engine and all that stuff. But so you're getting paid for that. Why do you have to get the other kind of stuff? You know, it's like this. So why should they get a piece of the action that goes on? They're already supporting it by you betting on it. You're making the game that more popular. That's why football's done so well, because of all the fantasy sports and the illegal gambling that's gone down for all these years. That's why football's been so. A, it's on Sundays. B, you can drink during it, and C, and A, really AAA. You can gamble on it. Everyone can.
But don't forget, you go to Monmouth Park, wherever you go, they don't give credit like the bookies do. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Monmouth did it because they had the mechanism already in place. Because see, what had happened was, and I remember this because it was the year I graduated from college, so remember how it was important. FASPA was passed. It was a law that outlawed gambling, except at grandfathered places where it was already legal. So that meant Nevada, that meant Delaware, I think a piece of New Jersey, wherever it was. So what happened there was they said, look, we don't want to fight it. We don't want to argue with these states that already have it, those 5 states. We'll do the other 45 states. So then New Jersey with Chris Christie, who was a lawyer and former attorney, whatever he was, prosecutor, whatever he was, he fought it. New Jersey was the one who fought it, and the Obama Department of Justice and the Trump Department of Justice, both of them fought against it. Both the Obama DOJ and the Trump DOJ wanted to continue the ban, continue FASPA, which is a George H.W. Bush law from '92. That's what got the 6-3 overturn with Alito, of all people, providing the majority decision. But that's what had happened. So it was all those years, Nevada and Delaware, they had a head start. But it was Jersey that led it, and Jerseyans are like, only good thing Chris Christie ever did. But that's why Monmouth is ready to go, because they knew this thing was in the hopper. They knew this thing was ready to go.
Well, anyway, before we go, you heard a lot of rumors today about DeGrom being traded to the Yankees.
No, that's not happening.
I don't understand that. DeGrom and Syndergaard are so cheap right now to the Mets. There's no reason you'd ever trade those guys.
That was said on the I think Bart Scott mentioned it today.
He's just an idiot.
Yeah,
he's still going off. Bart Scott's still going off on how the Giants didn't pick a quarterback and how that's going to ruin them. It's like, what are you talking about? They picked Saquon Barkley. They'll be fine. They don't need to replace Eli Manning right away. Give me a break. And they're the Giants. They'll get themselves a good quarterback on the free agent market if they ever can't get one through the draft. Jeez.
Yeah, so you don't think the Mets would trade DeGrom for a lot of the Yankees?
No, the Mets would never trade with the Yankees, number one. Number two, they're not going to trade their best player. DeGrom and Syndergaard are guys who, that's why as a Mets fan or just even an observer of the Mets don't have to panic right now because they have 2 phenomenal pitchers. You can do a lot with 2 phenomenal pitchers. It'll be Syndergaard and DeGrom and pray for a bomb is what you're going to do. I mean, you can win games with, all you have to do is win their starts, though, which is what they're not doing. They're not winning their starts. If you have 2 aces, 2 undeniable aces, you can win. You could be a playoff team, but they have to win those things. The Mets, the Yankees have to the
Yankees need to get another pitcher.
The Yankees have to realize that there's no room in the outfield for Clint Frazier, and they have to trade Clint Frazier. Now they can't package. They're going to have to package him with somebody because teams know that he really hasn't shown that much. Though he was always very much sought after when he was with the Indians. But they have to package Clint Frazier. They're not going to want to give. Nobody wants the Gardners of the world and the Jacobys of the world. So they're going to have to give a Clint Frazier because Judge and Stanton have the corner outfielder spots solidified. The Yankees love Hicks so much in center field, which I know.
I heard that. Brian Cashman loves him.
Yeah, they love him so much. And the DH spot has to be used for a Sanchez, for a Bird, for whomever. So, what the Yankees also have to do is they have to release Walker, and they have to release the other old man who's they got as well. Who do they have? I'm trying to think this year because third base was going to be who? Who's the other third baseman that they have? Because that
Scott Brosius?
Now that there's no reason now to because they have Torres now.
They're not going to release Drury.
Drury.
Oh,
He's not.
They have to trade. Just trade him.
Yeah, they're gonna, if anything, they'll trade him.
Yeah, they're just going to trade Drury and release Walker because there's no room for these guys. Let the youngins play. They've shown they're good, and there's enough youngins still remaining at the minor league level that bring them up. Don't have to clog the roster with the Drurys. And I like Drury a lot, but why? As long as he has some trade value, move him along.
What do you think about Tyler Austin? Think he's going to be a good player?
I'm not really a fan of Austin.
I think they've ruined him. Yeah, I think they've kind of.